I'm gonna stop for a minute because I have some thoughts I want to get off my chest. First and foremost, the world building here is absolutely top notch. For a pre-alpha, holy shit, does this look good. Um, I mean, that is just phenomenal looking. Um, the sound design is amazing. The music is spot on. That melee combat, it feels a lot better than the ranged combat. I say all this. I have a major nitpick right now that would it's gonna be what keeps me from wanting to spend a lot of time in this, as beautiful as it is, and that is the fact that right now there's nothing, there's no, I have no clue what the fuck is going on. I have no clue what the story of the, and I'm like, I played for an hour last night, and I'm 2 hours into the game, and I know it's pre-alpha. I know it's pre-alpha. So take everything I am about to say with a grain of salt, because this is an early access thing. They put it out there, um, and it's expected that you're playing a pre-alpha, right? This is not a finished product. But how I just, if you're gonna put something out there into the public, you have to give people some form of tutorial system, some form of a teach them. I'm 2 hours into your game. I don't know what the fuck's going on. I don't know what the story is. I don't know any of and the lore is to be expected. Like a lore, like you figure out the lore, you uncover the lore as you go along. That's normal. Every game you start, when you first start the game, you're not going to know the lore. And I realize that these are things they're probably going to be working on in the future, but I feel like we have these completed quests that we're doing, which have full voiceovers. We've got motion capture, or at the very least, high quality animations, great voiceovers, great animations overall, but zero clue. Like, why are we doing these quests? Like, what's the purpose of these quests? What's the purpose of any of the things we're doing? All I've been doing since I very first woke on the beach is following this birdie around. Like, and you can go into your journal and it's like you have a fable. Okay, great. Why do I have a fable? Where did the fable come from? Like, where did the quest come from? Like, what did what? And then, like, someone was just saying earlier, like, as I'm exploring the game, like, we've seen the pop up across the top, and I can't understand it because they're symbols. And someone said, find the glowing orbs, and they'll teach you how to translate. But the game, and literally, I think I'm gonna have to scroll up and see if I can find it. When you see gold orbs, held L2, the game doesn't tell you. Well, what the fuck? If the game doesn't tell you, how would I know to pick up the golden globes to translate the glyphs that I don't understand? Like, it's I see a lot of really beautiful artwork here, and I mean, why do I have this weird looking arm? Like, why? That's never explained ever anywhere in the intro to the game. Um, I'm very confused. Very, 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 very confused. Um, I'm intrigued, but confused. Because visually, this game is stunning. The controls are great, the performance is great, the music is great, the voice acting is amazing. I like the look of the character. Um, I don't know enough about, like, I don't really, I won't comment too much on, like, the skill progression and all that stuff because I just don't know. And that's not something that impacts my enjoyment of a game too much. But what does impact my personal enjoyment of a game is when I don't know what the fuck is going on. Like, because I play games for story. And right now I'm like, I don't know what the story is. You haven't told me anything. You start me off with a cutscene of a bird flying around in a battlefield. We enter into a castle. There's a woman giving birth. Select some skin tones and hair tones, and then that's like my mother. And then I see me as a baby, and then I'm waking up in a pool of water. There's a moose dragging me out of the pool of water. I wake up on the beach looking exactly like this, and then I'm just told to follow a bird. But no explanation of any of the combat or how to play the game. There's no explanation of what anything is, ever. There's no tooltips over anything to explain what anything is. So, yeah, it's probably a fair point. Ren says for now, what we're testing is purely for testing purposes. So I suspect most, if not all, of the intro quest and story stuff they're holding back for now. That could be true. Yeah, that's a fair point for a pre-alpha. But I gotta say, if you know, as someone who was completely blind to this going in, I watched their event a couple months back. I forget what it's called, 10 something. Um, and I saw 30 minutes of the gameplay for this, and I went, this looks intriguing. I'll definitely hop in and try it out. And I know Transcend has put a lot of time in it and really enjoys it. Um, I like what I see, and I like what I'm playing and everything else. I'm just lost, and I don't like being lost in games. It's not. But goddamn, if this game doesn't just look absolutely breathtaking. Like, I'll definitely give them credit for that. Like, if they can get the story to the point where I understand what the fuck is going on, oh, this will be an amazing game. And I know we're a long way away. It's pre-alpha, but part of pre-alpha is giving feedback on things, right? And this is definitely, you know, I think from my perspective, also the lack of any sort of like locking mechanic for the bow is just a major detriment to me wanting to play an archer class. Because there's no, I don't like having to manually track and targets like that. It's just, I'm not a fan of that system. Transcend said the story will be revealed as you explore and do questing. I mean, I get that. There's nothing wrong with environmental storytelling and uncovering things as you go along. But I, as a personal like note, like I need guidance. Like so, for example, why do these glow when I come up to them, and what's the purpose of them glowing? Because I can't do anything when I come up to them. Like I can't interact with them at all, right? Like there's no like what's the purpose of those things glowing? Why would they glow when I get close? No one explains it to me. There's no right? Like I'm definitely someone who needs just a tiny bit of guidance to tell me, hey, so you're a reborn soul, and you're here to rediscover blah 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 blah. Um, hang on. Transcend says the glowing things are respawn points. So you're saying this green thing back here is a respawn point? That's awesome. It should tell me that. Like even in a pre-alpha state, there should be a tooltip or a pop-up the first time you see one of these things that says, hey, this is a respawn point. If you fall in combat, this is going to be where you respawn. Like the fact that it's lacking little things like that, I am nitpicking here. And I know that some people might get upset with me for nitpicking, but I mean, that's what pre-alphas are for, is to provide feedback. Like, what? Why? Super cool. What is that? Who is that? Cool. I'll find that out. That's environmental storytelling. That's awesome.
The collector has landed. Make your preparations.
Okay. That I love. Like, that's environmental storytelling 101. Mysterious something comes from the sky. We're naturally drawn to that going, ooh, what is that? Maybe we need... Oh, we hear a voice? on a loudspeaker and we see like a hologram popping up. Ooh, I'm intrigued. That's story that's drawing me further. Who's the collector? Oh my goodness, let's go find out. Let's investigate the collector. That's cool, but I still have zero clue about any of these other things. I think my biggest complaint from yesterday was like when I started the game, there was no tutorial on how to do the combat. None. At the very least, you need to tell people how to play your game. Like you need to give them some sort of a like here's how you block, here's how you shoot, here's how you jump, here's how you dodge. This is a heavy attack, this is a light attack. Like all that needs to be explained even in a pre-alpha. You need to have an explanation of those things for people who are new and who aren't coming over from Warframe. Cuz I'm new and I've played Warframe once like 7 years ago and not for very long. Like so, thankfully I've played a shitload of other video games, so I at least understood basic controller layout to figure out how to play. But like there has been no guidance whatsoever. In a lot of ways, I feel like I'm back playing EverQuest 1 again, and it's like I'm not relishing that feeling too much. I just want a little bit of guidance. But it looks amazing to tell you truth.